so I can be able to add to get some more bills.
Awesome, awesome. I saw you posting on the group that you were outdoor knocking. Yes, let's go. You can practice your door knocking scripts today, can't you?
Yes, I can and will.
Who else do we have on the line
Great,
today?
great morning, great morning. This is Carla in Maryland, and what I plan on getting out of today is a wealth of information and also networking scripts.
All right, Miss Carla, I know that you are on fire. You're going to get those scripts. You're going to practice those scripts today, and then you're going to use them during the week to get those bills, to get those consultants, those builders. So I'm excited to hear that you are going to practice, practice, and practice. Who else do we have on the line?
Let's see here.
Hey, good morning. It's Shireen.
Well, Shireen, I'm going to give you my Trini accent for today. How is that?
Yes,
Huh?
yes, that
I've,
sounds good.
I've been in the US for a while, but I could still throw some Trinidad every so often,
Yes,
even if it don't sound authentic.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I came here for the gems this morning.
All right, we're gonna get some gems this morning, Miss
The
Shireen.
gems, yes.
Yes. Who else is on the line? What do you plan to get out of this morning?
All right. Hey, Doc. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you very much for hosting and jumping in there real quick. Let's see here. We want to make sure we were on Facebook. I know Miss Omi has us live on Facebook. And for those of you out there like Candy McDonald and Del Boudreaux, MJ Paca, all right, everybody's out there. All right, good. We got these lines fired up. Then we got our usual suspects as well. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? Been a great weekend. And well, a great week rather. The weekend is here, but it's been a great week. Want to make sure that Solar Saturday is exactly that. We want to heat this thing up and get out there and knock on some doors. If that's what you're gonna do. I heard Kendrick talking about knocking on doors, and you're gonna be like me, make some phone calls because I'm working the phones today. But everybody's at home, so that's a beautiful thing. You know where to find them, right? So that's good stuff. So kind of give you guys a little bit of heads up. We have, I think, a month and 7 days, well, a month and 5 days rather, for the big event, the next event, California event. So for those of you who are out there in Facebook land and those of you who are here, make sure you guys do whatever you can to get to that event. There's going to be a lot of big announcements going to be at that event. Going to be some big announcements actually before, but want to make sure you guys are in the place. Let's see. Let me 1 second here.
Sabina, I'm letting folks in for you.
Let's see. All right. Okay, I just had to enlist me a little help. All right, Dr. Arlene, you got the co-host. So if you see them popping in, hook me up. All right. Okay. So yeah, so we got a chance to go to California this weekend, or this week rather, and spend some good quality time with the company's principals. And as I tell you, I'm excited about what's going on. Really excited on a whole nother level. And guys, just know that this I can't tell you right now that you just know we got a one heck of a big ticket item coming. And when I said coming soon. So everything that we're doing, I'm loving. It's actually pairing up with the solar industry. That's the thing I like about the company, all the verticals that we're adding, to our multi-sided platform. It really is congruent with what we have. And it really still goes along the same lines of whoever you can offer solar to, from a business opportunity, you can offer this next one too. Okay. And so make sure you guys are getting your exposures up, because once we make that announcement, you want to be able to have an announcement to go back and make to those individuals again. So once they fall in love with solar, once they are basically in on the fence when it comes to solar, when we make that next big announcement, that's going to push them off the fence. Okay, you got to make sure that you're not that person who's going to be trying to get everybody in on the same information. Because again, remember, um, when people see new information, they see change, they see evolution, they see the company growing, and that's the next thing you want them to see. Yo, remember last time we talked about solar? Well, we just launched X, Y, and Z, and you want to go ahead and make that decision right now. You want to go ahead and get them off the fence at that point. So, but we did a lot of really good video and blogging, podcasting. We're going to be doing a lot of hitting of the social media. They're working with a social media company as well, and the goal is to get as much visibility out there for the company as possible, because the things that we're going to be doing, we want to make sure that you guys are prepared for it. But it's going to be a wave of individuals coming to the company, okay? And so that's going to be huge. So we're looking at, I would say you'll start to see a lot of stuff on YouTube real soon, a lot of stuff on Instagram real soon, a lot of things on a lot of the major platforms real soon. So when we get to California as well, there are going to be some opportunities for some of you guys who are thriving to do some podcasting with us, and we'll probably let you guys know to get that day before if you can. But we want to take some of the people who are shining, top recruiters, top installers, as far as people who are getting those installations, and or a little combination of both, and kind of give you guys some shine as well. I want to give you guys some exposure and get you out there, get your face out there, get your resume out there. So let's make sure we're doing what we need to do to put yourself in a position where you can benefit from that. All right. And let's see here. What else? Well, I'm gonna stop talking because I've been slipped up and said something I ain't supposed to. Y'all know I'm blue. So let's do this. Let's change gears before I get in trouble. I want to make sure, because I'm just so excited about what's going on and where we're at. It's not that hard. It's not that hard for me. So what I want to do is go ahead and transition to a quick reflection, guys. So this week, the week that was, give us about 60 seconds, no more than 2 minutes. What did you do in your business? What type of activity you had, and what type of results you had. And I see Carla has her hand up. Let's go with Carla first.
Great morning, great morning. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. So, again, I've been increasing my exposures and sharing the message with people. And in addition, as far as my personal development, I'm actually starting a new training at work called Positive Intelligence. And I'm learning about my sages and saboteurs, and coupling that with reading the Atomic Habits. And right now we're talking about the chapter that I'm on is on chapter 6, where they're talking about the environment is motivation is overrated, but the environment, setting yourself up in order to be successful in achieving your changing your habits. So that's what I would like to share this morning. Thank you so much.
No problem. That's a great book. And that's a great, way to start off, because the environment is key. We were talking about, when I was talking to a couple of people who were looking at the company, or basically pitched the company to, one of the things they want to know is about the ownership and the environment and the culture. And so, I let them know, if I'm here, you already know the culture is something with the culture. Because one thing I don't do is toxicity. One thing I don't do is go to companies and cultures where it's going to be very, very cancerous and negative. You got people doing all kind of crazy stuff. That's not the type of person that I am. I'm not going to expose our people to it. So the other thing is this: your own personal culture and environment at home. Wherever your office at. That's important, because that little area, little space. If you got a lot of chaos going on around you, whether it be stuff all over the place or whether it be people all over the place, you want to make sure that's causing you to have bad moments or toxicity or anger moments or whatever it is, but it's emotionally distracting you. It does a lot against your business. And so you want to make sure you always put yourself in a position where it's clean. The environment around you is conducive for prosperity, and just having a nice, tranquil state of mind. And as far as the company, it's always going to be our part to make sure that we police and and monitor that, make sure we are setting this. That's another thing about edification. You guys are leading the way when it comes to edification. You are showing the rest of the company how to edify and how to have a healthy environment. Okay. And so again, we're doing our job and we'll continue to do our job and continue to be the standard. But that we're helping the company with the environment. So I appreciate that. Mr. Laka, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely a great week. And when I say great, I had quite a few appointments this week. Finally branching out, kind of getting things in all over the country. Had an appointment in Texas, Dallas. Very excited about that. That should be coming through this week. But I had another one in Long Island and another one in PA, and it was a few credit fails. But you guys may see this all throughout the group. People talking about credit fails and things of that nature. And the reality is that when you have a credit fail, that's all no's basically lead you closer to a yes, right? And as we spoke about last week, there's different things and opportunities that we can do to help with credit fails to move clients forward. So I'm excited about that, just the opportunity to help them move forward. Got a few recruits in as well, looking to build more of a international team. And yeah, just excited about the opportunity and everything to come. Pass it back over to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. And man, and guys, I'm gonna just say he just has been in the industry for a while, and so it's like he knows it's a numbers game. And the other thing about this is this, like he said, this for the first time, guys, we actually have a program that you can send people to and give people help from, when it comes to them getting their credit up. Because it's not if they get, solar. I mean, my thing is that at some point in time, they're gonna have good enough credit to get it from somewhere. They may as well get it from the person who actually helped them get good credit. So again, it's just one. Basically, you're pretty much remember providing a service and adding value. That's a value add. A person can go from depression to having bad credit, to being empowered. Because you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't get your head down. It's all good. You've been without solar for 20 years. Another 3 months ain't gonna kill you. Let's go ahead and get the credit right. And that's the most important thing. So once you get your credit right, you get your solar, plus you'll have good credit still, and then you can go on to do other things. And I'm just telling you, they don't need that credit anyway because we have two other high ticket items coming on board, guys, that they're going to want to have. So get that credit right. You want to get that credit right. So just know that how you said all roads when it comes to good credit, it leads to everything that you said. Period. Okay. So I appreciate that for actually bringing that up. Let's see here. Mr. Phil Park, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Excited to be on Crash Camp this morning. This week I was out, got in some door knocking. It was pretty exciting. So just working on, want to be able to work on my script and just be able to get out here and get some more bills. So that's what I did this week. I got out 2 days this week for about 2 hours of each day.
Okay, good deal. Well, looking forward to a role playing with you in just a moment. That's what I'm talking about. So was that your first time door knocking, or this is your second, third round out there? What you got going on?
I did it before, got out and knocked a few doors, but this is the first time that I was like, on point and on purpose with it.
That's what I'm talking about. You went out armed and dangerous. I got you. I got you. Okay. All right, Dr. Arlene, good morning.
All right. Good morning, sir. The personal development, I am reading and listening to Everyone Communicates, but Few Connect. And one of the takeaways for this week was actually valuing people and being able to put myself in that person's shoes. And one of the things that I looked at was I was walking with Sarah, and actually I was driving with Sarah, and sometimes, I'm sitting around her and I get anxious, and I turned to her this time and I said, Sarah, are you anxious about something? And she's like, yeah, Mom, it was just a lot of people in the store and it made me kind of anxious. And I said, you know what? I said, you're really laid back sometimes, aren't you? She said, yeah. I said, so it must have been difficult, being raised by a high-strung person. And she said, it was a challenge sometimes, Mom. So I had to I'm really applying what I'm learning so that I can actually understand and connect with people better. So that was my personal development for this week. Insofar as business activities, I do need to increase my activity level. I did get some prospects. I passed 3 prospects on to Daniel and Sarah because they are coworkers, and I don't want to commingle the two. So I passed them on to Daniel and Sarah, and they're following up with them for solar systems. And my goal this week is to actually 10 new prospecting names a day. That's all I have, sir.
10 a day. That's what I'm saying. Well, first of all, going back to John C. Maxwell, Everyone Communicates, a Few Connects. You know, that's one of my favorite, books. So I got the book, the audio, the whole nine on that one, and it helps out a whole lot. Because when you taking time, to pay attention to people's signs, like their body language, listening to the answers they give you, and you pretty much, everything you do and everything you say basically is to make sure you're catering to the individual that's sitting across from you or that's sitting on the other line. It's important, because they're listening to your music. You're not really listening to your words. They know everybody's got a script. They know everybody's got something to say and something to sell, but they want to figure out, how genuine you are about helping them, about serving them. And if you notice the presentations that I do, they're not the best presentations in the world. Obviously you have people who present on a higher level, but the thing about it is, for me, I connect on a higher level. Your communication skills can be way up here, but your connection skills be way down here. And so I'd rather connect up here and communicate down here, because at least if I say something wrong, it came from the right place. All right. And so that's important. People, as a matter of fact, and not to scare you from being a great speaker or communicator, if you don't have great connection skills, and you're a great communicator, you're looked upon as being slick, well groomed, you're the closer, you're the ringer, you're the person they brought in to finish me off. Right? So, I'm just gonna speak to your heart, because when you look at that book, that's the thing that John Maxwell talks about. Like, that's why you talk about, even the Spanish that I speak is very minimal. I can't have a full-blown Spanish conversation with anybody, right? But myself, because I know for a fact, if I can't understand everything I'm saying, they're not. So I may well go ahead and talk to me. But that, just me attempting to speak Spanish, some Spanish, right? And in pockets, it does something to the conversation, does something to the transaction, because when you speak, to a person, in English, that's one thing, and they can understand you. But if you can speak to that person in their language, it says a whole entirely different thing, because they know your language is not the language that you're speaking at that moment is not your first language. So you're speaking to their heart, which means that they basically did themselves to you. Okay. And so that's important. But that ain't why I'm doing it. But I just reading that book, that's what I came to understand. So when you hear me, you might hear hola come out, you might hear mucho gusto conocerte, it was great to meet you, whatever. And you see the smile on the person's face, and that's the thing you want. You want to see that connection. And so when I'm speaking to a person about solar, I'm speaking their language. I'm speaking savings. I'm speaking, transparency. I'm speaking, support. I'm speaking, I'm not going to run and hide. I'm connecting, with that individual and what their desires are, and I'm also eliminating their fears, you know, because remember, you don't have to have the answer 100% of the time, but they can believe that you are the answer, if they believe you, if they believe in you. And that's the most, again, they need to know that you're there for them, period. Right. And so that's a great book. I suggest everybody get that book. And the other thing is this, I had, and just on that one, you know, for most of you guys have been with me for a little while, I used to speak totally different. Yeah, and it was a train wreck. My conversation was a train wreck for real. The isms, the run-on sentences, no punctuation whatsoever. I mean, it was crazy. It was horrible. But the one I sat down with my coach, yeah, he made a different, he had a different perspective from me. I would watch all the speakers who were in network marketing, who were lighting it up, and it just had the crowd and the audience wrapped around their fingers, and it's like everybody signed up, and then you always do what People who fail a lot do. You compare yourself to them, right? And you start making reasons and excuses on why you failing. And that's one of the things that I actually leaned on. So, you know what? I'm not a great speaker. I'm not a great presenter. I'm not a great trainer. And that's why people joining other people, not me. Right. And that happens by nature, you've been a human being. Right. And so when he sat down with me, he told me, hey, look, he may be a great communicator. Okay. But you connect with people very, very well. And he said, so remember, you connect with people very well because it's natural, it's organic, it's because that's who you are. He said, you can catch him because he's not that great of a person. And he was telling the truth at that point in time. He said he's not a great connector. They look at him as slick, right? And they look at him as a fast talker, and he's great at communicating, but he's not a great connector. He said you can catch him 24 hours a day because all you got to do is learn how to speak better. And that's when I hired a speech pathologist. And I started working on that stuff, and I started, reading a lot slower. I started, being able to just go through my whole entire process of communicating. And he was right. I called him and passed him. Okay. And so that's the thing again, that I speak to people's, concerns. I speak to people's desires. I speak to people's needs, and that's where I connect at the when we used to sell coffee, the herb that was in it, we'd say it helps a person's body rebuild itself from the cellular level. That's the thing when you're connecting, you're building from the heart level or the cortisol level, as they say in Spanish. So let's make sure we're out there connecting, guys. Make sure we're letting people know we care. And you have a lot of people really follow you, going forward. Even if they don't buy from you right now, they'll follow you, period, because they know who you are. So appreciate that. That's good stuff. And also, we want to make sure we ramp up everybody, guys. Going into this big event, you want to make sure you ramp up your exposures. We talked about it earlier, but I'm saying ramp up your exposures because you never know. You might have another 1, 2, or 3 people who may be able to come to the event last minute, and the people who come to the events last minute, they make the biggest decisions. I can guarantee it. Because they're making the last minute sacrifice, and they're coming for a reason. They're coming because they're excited. They're coming because they see something, and they're coming because they're looking for something. And when they get there and they see everything that happens, guys, it's going to be a bigger impact on them than it would be on somebody who's already in your group, been in your group for about 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And take it from me, somebody who knows. All right. But I appreciate it. Let's see here. Darius, you want to say something else? Oh, you got your hand.
Yeah. The last comment that Dr. George made just reminded me of the three-way that we did the other day. And literally everything that was said is what you just explained. Not only did you do the three-way with her, but I really feel that you made a connection with her immediately, right? And the whole conversation wasn't necessarily about Sola. You really talked about her. You formed her, all right? Got a chance to know her, and she really appreciated that. Not only did she see you on a millionaire mentorship call and a homeowners call that we did the other a week ago, but she also see you on a presentation. So when after the three-way, when we did it and you came across as a human being and connected with her and not tried to recruit her or sell her, I think that really made a huge impact. So it just reminded me based on everything that you guys just discussed.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is just like you said it. It's crazy you said that because I was going to talk about the form technique today when it comes to the process, and I'm glad you brought that up because you hit on a whole entirely different bullet point. That's a major bullet point. Like the system, guys. When you talk about systems, save yourself time, energy, money, and stress. You guys, you're stressed out because you're not getting the yes. Right? I'm okay with a no if I know I went through the whole entire process and I did it the way it was supposed to be done because I know at some point in time I got that person's attention. And I know that no don't and now that no means not right now. But if you do it the wrong way, wrong intentions, and you don't go through the process the right way, guys, you don't take a person all the way through that process. No means never a lot for a lot of people because you're not on purpose with it. So when I was doing the three-way, and I didn't even know she was on the Millionaire Mentorship call, but I was like, what? So she's on the Millionaire Mentorship call, so she had another exposure. It was a different form of a presentation. It showed her, when he put her on that millionaire mentorship call, it showed her who else she was in business with and what type of support that they have. And that was huge, guys. And the people I put on the millionaire mentorship calls when I prospect, a lot of them get started because again, it's just bigger than me. And then when they see that it is bigger than solar, they see that these people are people who made money and really are helping other people make money. Guys, that's big. So you definitely want to do those 3 ways. But the form technique, most people think that the form technique is just to recruit, somebody, and when you actually use the form technique, the way I did, obviously, it was to validate that individual, but it was more of the connection, more of to get the individual to talk and open up. And now you can find out everything you know about the person, so you can properly, service them. You can properly help them. Okay? And so that's the thing. And but she was really, really cool. Like I said, and people really come to those calls, guys, a lot of times tight, and they don't want to really talk, right? And because they just know what somebody's going to try to pitch me or close me or something like that. So they're real reserved, real, closed off. And when you get a person to talking, guys, and you let them know it's about, let's just see if we're a good fit. Let's just see, you know, um, what you really liked about it. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. It's a little different. Matter of fact, it's a lot different because that's what they're expecting is all they know. And when you show them something refreshing, it really does. Those 3 ways put you in a really good position. But that form technique, guys, you gotta anytime you're talking to people who like you have a lot of y'all have people who been on y'all teams for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and they haven't been plugging in. And especially a lot of your affiliates. Okay. So it's time for you to go back and form them. It's time for you to go back and ask those questions about how they doing, how they've been doing, how the family doing, what's going on or at work with occupation, what's been happening. You've been, how you've been stress relieving, you've been playing golf, you've been bowling, whatever it is, and then get to your message. Okay. So where we at right now, just, get one touch base with you, see, if we're still on track to get that goal of getting $5,000 a month, or still on track of getting that goal of getting your first, installation, or are we still on path? And that's the message, hey man, we got big things going on. Yeah, you want to plug in and get on some of these calls and see what's going on and catch up a little bit because things are a lot different than when you got that affiliate situation, 2 months ago. Yeah, and so that's that message. You want to make sure you go through Inform Technique and continue because it's not just a recruiter person, but it's also the re-recruiter person. Make sure you get a person engaged and get a person invited out. So yeah, I appreciate that, Idris. That's big, guys. I use those big millionaire mindset call events and other trainings and things that we have because it helps out more than you know. All right. And Marva.
Yeah.
There you
Great
go.
morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. What you got going
Yeah, I'm at work again,
on?
but just left work and I'm back at work. But anyway,
Back at work.
yeah, I worked 11:30 to 8, and now I'm back 8 to 4. Okay, so
You're
anyway,
bad. That's a bad woman, boy. Okay, come on.
say what?
I said you're a bad woman, boy. I tell you.
I don't know about that, but I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm working on it. We'll get there. So I won't have to work as hard. That's why I'm
Right.
working on build so I can work smarter and enjoy my grandkids.
There you go.
So I had a great week. I went to a networking event, a minority business fair, and I had some exposure with some contractors, some roofers, some real estate agents, some people that were working the tables. And so I had a big day on Thursday. And now the work comes with the follow up because these are busy people. So just gonna have to try to pin them down
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pin them
and get
down
them
with
on a call.
yeah, pin them down with your calendar. Give them some real quick options. Say, hey, look, I just need about 60 seconds. Last time we talked, we wanted to make sure, just want to make sure we get a time and a day that we can talk real quick, and I'm gonna get you back to your day because I didn't want to catch you in the middle of your day and just hold you up. But you know, just get in and get out. Get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out, and just assume that they have zero time. And all they got time for is to tell you when they do have time. And that's your only agenda, man. And that way they know you're busy and they know you're respectful. And now they get a chance to see how you do business, So, hey, Marvin, real quick, I know you out there on your shift, so I'm not gonna hold you up. We talked on Saturday, and I'm looking at my calendar, and I'm trying to figure out what day we're gonna be best for you. So I have Wednesday and Thursday. I have Monday and Wednesday, and I have a couple of open slots in the morning and the afternoon. Tell me which one of those days work best for you. You know,
You talking
and
to me?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what you tell them basically. And so you
Okay.
can give them, get in, give them the options and get on. Say, so, hey, look, real quick, faster you give that information, the faster we get off this phone. So, and and just line your book up with appointments, right? And then when you actually hit that appointment, that down, you can go ahead and make sure you go all the way into everything that you need to go into because you have that time allotted. Okay, so when
Mm-hmm.
you put it on the calendar now, because a lot of guys if you're real passive on your um, on your interactions, what happens is you put yourself in a chase position. You put yourself in a bugaboo position. For those of you who don't know what a chase position is, right? So even though they said call me back, right? They didn't give you a specific time to call them back, and you didn't ask for one. So when you don't ask for a specific time to call them back, anytime you call them back, they may be legitimately busy saying, you know what, I'm
Right.
busy right now in the middle of a transaction, whatever. But can you give me a call back? Yeah, I'll give you a call back. Next time you call them back, they're in the middle of dinner, right? With the family. Next time you call them back, now they look at the phone like, man, this dude keep on calling me, man. Or this lady keep on calling me. Yeah, because you ain't gave me no time. So you got to ask for a time because it's gonna look like you're hounding them. And so
Mm-hmm.
all busy. I know you're busy, and just like me, I know you work by calendar. So if you can get your calendar out real quick here and give me a day that we can get together on. I have Monday and Wednesday. Which one of those work best for you? Monday. All right, cool. I have 11 o'clock a.m., 1 o'clock p.m., 2 o'clock p.m. Which one works best for you? Um, I don't know, but this is what's normally available. Let's look at what you got available because I want to make sure that you're not busy and I interrupt you again. So which one is best for you? If you can take that out, look at your calendar real quick, I'd appreciate it. Okay. 1 o'clock. All right, let's do 1 o'clock. Monday at 1 o'clock. I'll send you a text message 5 minutes before just to remind you, or 30 minutes before just to remind you, and send you some other information, that you can have to be prepared for that call. All right. All right, great.
Okay. Thank
Boom.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, I'm just gonna call them and ask for an appointment.
Yeah, because remember when you've been through the Grant Cardone program before, right?
Yes.
So you don't want to do an appointment call and a presentation call at the same time, and that's normally what ends up happening. You end up calling a person, spilling up, just spewing on them, and that's not what you want to do. You want to call, and your only agenda is to get that appointment set.
Okay.
Yep, and just hey, look, because they haven't you met them, but they haven't seen no presentations or nothing, right?
Oh, I sent them the presentation the same day.
Okay, good. So now what you do is you call them and you really get the appointment. Okay. Hey, look, I just want to call you and I want to get with you and then just to follow up, but I need a follow-up date. I don't want to follow up now. I know you're probably busy and I'm in the middle of making some phone calls right now, but while this is on my mind, I need to make sure I set this up and get you taken care of so we can follow up as we talked about. Okay. So long as we know, we're good to go. As long as you know what the agenda is, boom. But you're calling to get that appointment to follow up now. And you're good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Say cool.
Yes, Mr. Bean, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Good
It's been a
morning.
while, of course, like family, since I've been on the Zoom side. Zoom side. I've been following on the Facebook side, and I got two observations for this week. I've been listening to one of the 21 Laws of Irrefutable Leadership by John Maxwell, and this week I've been focused on magnetism, the law of magnetism. And to be really quick about it, it's the belief and the evidence that we attract who we are. In other words, our key values, our key beliefs are what attract people to us they may have other differences from us, but that's what really attracts them to us. And so I've been meditating on that as well. And then from The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol, I've been thinking about the fact that he's stressing that we don't create what we have in the physical. We create it first in the spiritual and the mental, if you would allow me that leeway, and then it becomes physical. And so if our beliefs are not aligned with what we want to happen, then it's not going to happen the way we want to. The example is, I'm going to go to the store and it's going to be sunny. And then obviously you say, well, it's going to rain anyhow. In other words, you're giving two conflicting thoughts, and there's no way for the subconscious to work on two conflicting thoughts at one time. And so I'm trying to be more active, participating in more of the calls, and get out there and start getting more exposure. So thank you, everyone, for listening to me, and back to you, Mr. Bean.
All right. Well, first of all, two things real quick. Take trying out of your conversation, and you'll get to believing a lot faster, I promise you. Because what happens is, I know most people don't know how we talk to our subconscious mind. It really matters. And how you talk to other people, you're still talking to your subconscious mind. So you say, I'm trying to, look, at the end of the day, if you take trying, you just wipe and eradicate try, the word try, okay, and I want to, out of your vocabulary, watch how much more affirmative you become, and watch what your brain does for you. Watch how it triggers, a whole entirely different a level of confidence and things when you're having that conversation, right? And so, what was the one? Is that 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell? Is that what you said? Which one?
Yes, that's what I
Okay.
said. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of of Leadership by John Maxwell.
That's crazy, because when we were doing the podcast this week, somebody asked me about they asked me about my author, personal development authors that helped me out over time. And John C. Maxwell was one of them. And I told him it was the books that, at least three of the books that I mastered that helped me out the most. One was 360 Degree Leader by John C. Maxwell, which basically teaches you how to lead everybody around you, people who actually own the company, people who are senior partners, people who are cross line, and people who are in your success team as well. So that's the thing that, for me, I mastered that book because a lot of times you don't have, connections to your upline. Okay. And then sometimes you don't want to have a connection to your upline. Like I said, just depending on this, who they are. You might have to be the leader because you may not want your people to be associated with certain people. Just because a person's in your upline don't mean they do everything ethical, don't mean that you want to introduce that person. So if you're not the leader, they're going to find leadership, and you don't want to have them go looking for it. All right. That's one thing. Now, when you look at the other two books, it was Everyone Communicates and Few Connects, but 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership was the one I was started off on, right? And that's the thing with the Law to Live. The first chapter in that book, again, is one of my favorite chapters, and that's the one that helped me, open up my thinking, because remember, I had government, housing, welfare thinking when I first hit the industry, because that's where I grew up. That was my environment, my culture, right? And so, when you actually had that law to lid, you start increasing, knowing that every time you increase the lid, you increase the amount of money that you make, and how much value you bring to the market. And just know at some point in time you're at $250,000 a year in income when it comes to your thermostat and your lid, when before you were at $30,000 a year or $50,000 a year, you can see it increase. And so at some point in time, my lid had increased to $500,000 a year, $700,000 a year, right? And so that's $100,000 a month, type of a lid. And so, but that happens because the more and more you evolve, and the more and more you grow, and the more and more you pour into people, the more and more your value increases, more and more your wisdom bank increases. And it gives you way more to withdraw from. It gives you way more to put on consignment for the market, right? And so for me, it's like, I'm like Walmart, like Sam's. Like, you can come put your stuff on my shelves and pay me later. And that's the thing. When you pour into your people, you're not going to see a immediate result right now, right? But if you pour into them on consignment, say, man, look, all I need you to do is some 3 ways life finds. All I need you to do is get on the calls, and I'll help you. I'll work with you. we'll grow together. And next thing you know, that time that you invested in them on consignment, it comes back and it pays you later, but it pays you residually, over time, bigger than you've ever imagined. Right. And so you increase your lid, increase the lid of everybody else's around you, and watch what happens. Because that's the thing. That's the trick now, to go from increasing your lid to increasing your group's lid. That's when you go out there. That's when you see the biggest and the baddest in the industry, guys, the ones who make the most money. They can't do it alone. They can't do it alone. They empower and raise up everybody around them. So that first chapter, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, is that's a banger. Let me just say it like that. That's a banger. And you are what you attract. And that's a whole nother, guys. Some of us, we attract what we expect as well. That's another thing. When you actually have people who you're bringing people to the table, and right at the qualification moment, you're saying, man, I hope this person don't have bad credit, or this person probably got bad credit. You probably expect them to have bad credit. Next thing you know, they get bad credit, right? Or you expect them to have a problem with the transaction, or you expect them to want to wait to make a decision. Remember, you're projecting, right? And so that's a law of attraction. And so when you expect everybody to sign up, you expect everybody to have great credit, you expect everybody, you set another level of expectation, you attract another level of individuals, right? Your energy, does it. And so people who want to build a business, people who want to do something big, when you like your affirmations, it's crazy because when y'all know I pray and affirmations and possession. And so that means I pray all day, not just before I go to bed. So when I do my affirmations, I'm praying and affirming, and I'm attracting. I'm sending out a beacon, for the things that I want. And remember, when your brain, starts to hear that conversation over and over and over again, the brain starts to make you, and I say make you because it controls you. It starts to make you do the things that you need to do to make that a reality. Some of us just, focus on negative. So the brain is really easy, right? You focus on the positive, give the brain something to do. Focus on the positive, firm the positive, and watch what happens. But watch what you attract. And the magic of believing. This one, stories, guys. I'm just telling you. I know none of y'all drink. I know none of y'all have ever had a drink, especially when you're out at a club and you had too much to drink and you were driving or going about to drive. So I'm just gonna leave this story for me. I know y'all wouldn't do nothing like this. Right? So I was in the military. I was a designated driver and I had a couple of drinks, but these drinks are strong. And I realized I got to get everybody home. And so I went into the bathroom and I put a little bit of water on my face or whatever. But that was nothing. That never really works. But I know y'all ain't never stared in the mirror, and I know y'all ain't never talked yourself out of being tipsy. So I know that's just me. I know that's just me. So I'm gonna let y'all make it. But think about that for a second. Right? I know y'all may have some friends that have done that, and they probably told you a story of how it happened. But when you look in that mirror and you say, "Hey, I got to straighten up," I got to get it together. All of a sudden, I got to breathe. All of a sudden, you can talk to yourself and reprogram yourself, and you took control of your brain. And all of a sudden, you walked out of that bathroom, out of that stall. They walked out that bathroom and that stall a whole other person. I know it wasn't y'all. So, but that talking to yourself, guys, that it increases your belief because you're in control. When you program your brain to do exactly what you can do, the power of believing the magic of believing is very important. As a matter of fact, think about the magic of thinking big as well. The bigger you think, the bigger you believe. So a lot of good nuggets. Say cool, appreciate you. Yeah. And let's see here. All right, Brenda, give me something. Yeah, you already know. I'm just, I got to pick on you. Sarah,
Hi, everyone.
Sarah, get ready. You're gonna give me something too.
Okay, ready. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Well, this week, I've been kind of busy with my uh, broker job as a sales. So what I've been working on this week, I've been working on a lot of follow-up with the Indeed prospects that I have.
Mhm.
So I've been sending the video, waiting for some of the responses. The other thing is I am working, I really want, you know, from seeing you guys, from seeing, you know, you this week and seeing everybody that's just hustling out there, I really want to make, build and with Encore, you know, I want to let people know we're here and we're here to stay for a long, long time. So I've been trying to work on, my YouTube. So this week has been a lot of just working for me for the, you know, to create the name and be out there. So I
Mhm.
haven't really done a lot more than just contacting the leads that I have, which is I'm still pretty busy with that.
Mhm.
I did talk to, it was funny because this week I had people reaching out to me. I mean, I know everybody's just watching on social media and everybody's just trying to act like they're quiet and they don't see anything, but they're seeing more action and more action, you know. So
Mhm.
this week I know that the enemy is trying to stop me because I had two great opportunities that came to me from people that referred me to these people. Um, and I don't know why, you know, they keep doing this, but I'm like, okay, you're just trying to distract me from where I'm going. So, I mean, I think a couple of weeks ago, I told you guys too that I had an opportunity where you know, they were offering me really good money. Well, it happened again. And I'm like, you know what? I just think it's not gonna happen. One of the, I think I talked to you about her, um, when I was gonna get my licensing for lending
Mhm. Right.
to me. And it's funny because you know how she was really negative about everything, but she wants me to do a booth in a golf environment. I've never done one of those because I'm not a golfer.
Mhm.
Um, so she wants me to do a booth. She's like, "Hey, how you doing? Are you busy?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm very busy. I'm trying to, you know, build my build business." She's
Mhm.
like, "Well, I have a something for you where you can come out and promote your
Mhm.
business." So with her being so negative about the business, and now she's like, "Come out and, you know, do a whole booth and show your presentation, show what you're doing." Because she usually reaches out to me to say, "Hey, are you ready? Are you ready to get your license? Are you ready to come and join my team?" Blah blah blah. We're making millions of dollars, and
Mhm.
this time was different. So
Mhm.
we really got to pay attention to what's going on around us. I'm set where I'm at. Like you guys always mention, you know, this is a career, and I really want to stand out. And I've been thinking a lot about, you know, what name do I want to put out there? Because I see everything that's happening. I'm familiar. I mean, I'm affiliated with a lot of Solar Pros groups out there because of course, I want to learn. So I'm always looking for, you know, what do I learn? How do Solar Pros act? What do they do? What are they looking for? And I'm learning as I go, but I see what's going on with, you know, all these companies. And then I read the negative comments and the positive comments, and I'm like, wait, we are doing a difference. We are working on, you know, making a better as a company and as each person that I see in the business, you know, we are making a difference. And it's because a lot of the people I talk to here in Colorado, they're very negative about solar. And when I realize what's happening, um, I'm like, okay, I gotta start doing my podcast. I want to really do a podcast where I talk about, you know, the changes that have been in the industry, talk about what we do, talk about not only telling people, hey, I'm a solar broker, but educating them. There's a lot of them here. I'm not talking from Colorado. I've gone through bad experiences. So when I see all these posts on the internet, I'm like, this is good. This is good because you know what we're building, what we're doing, the leadership that we have with you guys, it's just amazing. It's I always said it, we're in the, you know, it's the right time for all of us to grow and make this really a career, but oh, you know, a life change for everybody that we're touching lives to. It's gonna be amazing. So just keep
Mhm.
your eyes out, keep your, you know, your heart will tell you if you're in the right place. And you know, my heart keeps telling me, and the enemy just keeps putting things in front of me, and I'm like, nope,
Mhm.
I'm gonna just do this and do that, and people are gonna know who we are, and I'm gonna make sure they know we're coming, and we're gonna stay for a long time.
Well, that's good stuff, and that's timely too. First of all, and indeed, I put a message in the leadership group. Let me know when you what days you have available for, like, when it comes to the Indeed presentation. That way I can put it on the calendar and we can go ahead and start doing them again. And I'll be doing them for the team. And so we'll start that this week. All right. And so if it's Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever days, and during the day, whatever, let me know. We'll get on the schedule. We'll put them on the chart on the calendar, and we'll start getting them knocked out this week. So let's make sure we talk about the Indeed situation. Also, when it comes to branding yourself is very important. When you don't have a brand, people will pitch you everything. So, like you said, just stay loyal, to the vision. Like JC says, 5 years after 5 years of doing it, that's fair. That's fair to ask of anybody. When you do something for 5 years, you have a long-term plan, a 5-year goal. That's what people are looking to see. If you really are going to be the solar person, you're just not the solar person today, and then you somebody else that's not even in that company tomorrow, right? And so that's one thing about me. I don't jump. We call them jumpers, and you won't find me in a different company every year, every 2 years, every 3 years. I've been in companies, maybe 3 or 4 companies over the last 20 years, 30 years, right? And so it's not well, Sam Bean's gonna be here today and gone tomorrow. And so that's not how that works. They know once I announce I'm sold, period. So that's not a discussion. It's just now how big you're gonna be in solar, how big of a presence you're gonna create in solar, how big of a brand you're gonna create in solar. And when they start seeing it expand, they'll pay more attention to what you do and referring your business. They know you're serious. As a matter of fact, Jessica took me to the airport yesterday, and she's like, she can't wait for you to get to California, but they miss you. So, but we were just talking about, who the hardest working woman in show business is. And it's like, this woman is out here, not just a mother, but for many. And I'm not talking about all your kids. It's just like you take care of everybody's family, but it's like you're doing the auto brokerage, you're doing posting, you're reposting, you're doing videos, you're doing reels. It's like, she's like, how does she come up with the time for this stuff? I said, she makes it. I said, it's
Cook.
have it. It's not she don't have it. She just makes it. You know what I mean? She don't have a time. She just makes the time. And it's like she's on fumes over there, 1 or 2 hours of sleep. That's what it seems like. But that's the stuff that pays you off. Remember, that's the stuff that gets you favor. That's the stuff that gets you, recognized. Like JC puts you as a speaker, as a Spanish presenter, based on the fact that they see what you're doing. They recognize it, that you are committed. And so when the people who you work with the most see it, and then they say, okay, well, great, this is a person that we can rely on. This is a person we can depend on. This is a person that can represent the company. Great. What do you think everybody else out there sees? All right. And so trust me, you got our attention. You just continue to stay positive, continue to grow, and continue to stay fortified. Everybody else will see it too. So it's just, yeah. And that other thing is this, I'm gonna go back to what you just said about the environment. We also, Jason, I also was talking about how negative the industry of solar is. There's no personal development in solar. Again, because you have people who leave one company, leave another company, they get in all these groups, and some have good to say and some have bad to say, but there's a lot of bad. And so when you have a company that has personal development as a component in it, and you now start to infect the industry in a whole entirely different way. Because when people start seeing how you do business and seeing that they're losing people from their company based on the environment alone, right? That puts us in a big light. Now, next thing you know, you become an ambassador, not just for the company, but for the industry. And that's how you turn everything around. Now you become that beacon of light I talked about earlier, and people start seeing the positive person, and everybody around you who celebrates you, everybody around you who is winning and making money because of you. Now, all of a sudden, they show up on your doorstep, knocking on your door. Hey, let me in, right? And that's, you don't know when it's going to happen. Just know and expect it to happen, because that's what I expect. That's what my expectations are. And people come out of the woodworks when that's your expectations, and you live up to them. Right? That's all you got to do. So, but that's modeling solar pros is again, look at the ones that's out there and the ones who are very, very positive, the ones who are powerful. And even if you can't model them and you got some nuggets that you can take from them, right? Make those nuggets yours. turn them around and make them your own. Okay, but you got some really good people who are in this company that they know what they're doing, and you just keep on doing your thing because everybody out there is watching. All right.
Thank you. And those opportunities that I told you, I just want to that I had this week, they were regular jobs, 8 to 5.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's like people referred me and they call me and they're like, "Hey, Brenda, I really want to talk to you. Can we do an interview?" And I'm like, "Well, one of them was a concrete company, and the other one was a roofing company. They wanted me to come in as a one of them a sales manager, and the other one, to run the whole thing because he
Mhm.
sells he has concrete, but he sells metal too. And the pay was, I mean, pretty good. And I'm like, well, and I sat down yesterday. I was talking about it um with Luis, and I was like, he's like, you know what? I see you doing this. I see you doing that because some of my team members are going through a lot. And I'm like, you know what? When you guys are ready, I'll be ready. But I can't keep, I can't waste my time right now because I'm gonna go and I gotta do it. So even if it means that, I have to ground myself, I have to get back to where I need to get and just build this and let people know.
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw a video that I put over there where a guy is, a little kid is all tough and stuff like that, and he goes boo, and then people just start shaking. I'm like, this is who we are. Once they hear our name and once they know what we're doing, I forgot his name. He's a boxer. He's a professional
Uh-huh.
boxer. There's a video when he's a kid and he's all standing and he just goes boom, everybody just jumps. I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. This is who we are because of who we are and the way we walk, the way we present ourselves and everything you guys are doing. I'm just like, I have to do this. I have to do this, not only for my family, but for everybody that's watching. So I am set. Let's keep on rocking this and we're
Yeah.
gonna it's only
You
the
are.
beginning. I mean,
Yeah, like that when he goes boo and everybody jumps, they're jumping at who they're afraid of who he's going to be. They see the future basically. But this is good stuff. When you talk about the industries, and just like you just named concrete, you named roofers. This is one of the things I was looking at on the plane on the way home. Basically, what type of companies, because we talk about, you know, uh, all the like roofings. We talk about the realtors, people like that who are the builders, people who are obvious individuals who you want to target. But think about this for a second. When you really sit down and think about who's in somebody's house every day. Okay, like Angel, and this is what Angel said. She as Angel speaking next, by the way. She had a guy who's an AC repair guy, and owns an AC company, one of the two. But and she talked to him about uh, building, about solar, and he said, "Well, I'm in houses every day anyway." Right. And so my thing is like that, who's in the house every day anyway? And then I just started looking at, I put Angel's got AC repair guy because that's the guy that triggered it. Water filtration companies, roofers, landscapers, window people, carpenters, make-ready people, builders, plumbers, electricians, swimming pool contractors, realtors, loan officers, and mortgage brokers, pest control people, home security people, tree removal people, interior designers, Christmas light hangers, concrete people, HOA presidents, remodelers, contractors, painters, and other type of installers from other different industries. It's like you got a really nice group of individuals. If you just ask yourself, who do I know that's, and you go down that list and figure out who you know and start having those conversations with the expectation that having a solar brokerage is a great idea. And you open up a nice little can of worms. So there are a lot of industries that we're sleeping on. Like everybody's like, so you can talk to everybody about the business. There's just certain things that it makes sense. It's a natural fit for it. And so keep in mind that that's where we're going anyway. We want to do everything that's associated with the homes. So Angel, next.
Great morning, Mr. Breen. Great morning, everyone. So, it's been eight to faint for me every day, as you can tell. And the Louis.
Other hardest working woman in show business.
Getting back, I've been doing, 2 to 3, Mr. Bean, you're always in my head. You're like, when are you doing the presentations again? 2 to 3 presentations every day. Got that back going and still going out to the networking events as well and doing the social media. So it's been pretty busy. I've actually still got a list of people to follow up, which is a good thing, right? because I keep on doing the activity. So even that list I will always have a list to follow up on because I'm still behind. So that's my goal of keeping that going and not slowing it down. So this week, lots of things. I've got 5 affiliates. Most of them are going to be builders. It's just a matter of time when they're going to do that based on their, time clock. Let's see, Sabrina and Eddie hit refer pay no more. And then Julie hit Builder 500 and I hit Builder 1000 at the beginning of this week. So we've been working on yes, sir. So helping that, keeping it going. And the one thing like you were just saying, and then Brenda was saying that you're gonna get tested, right? And so just because you see all the winnings, there's a lot of stuff going behind that. Like just the other day, I went to a networking event and boom, the tire popped on the way back. Right. Then guess what happens the next day? Boom, another tire popped on the way, right? And so those are the type of things, and like you said, and this is something that I learned from you, Mr. Bean. When you have a lot of people, there's gonna be some people that there's gonna be incubators. There're gonna be people who running hard, then boom, something does happen to them, and they start slowing down or they need to get up. And the only thing that you can really concentrate on is yourself, and if you keep on, the more I got that fighting spirit from you and Mrs. Bean, because the more something comes at me, like the tire pop, I was like, okay, what do I need to do? I need to do something to make it so that I'm not going to think about this tire or anything. And the more the enemy hits me, the more I'm going to say, keep on hitting me, because that's going to drive me to do more. Right. And so I've been building that with you and Mrs. Bean for the last 6 years. So everybody looks at me, but a lot of people here who have seen me from, right, Mr. Bean, from like what, 4 years ago, know that the confidence I had right now is definitely not what I had 4 years ago. And it's due to your mentorship. That's why, like, I can't rave about it more than enough, because I know that you are in the head of the company. And I know that, where we're going, you are facilitating that. And I have 2000%, confidence where we're going. So there's nothing that can stop me at this point.
Oh, that's all good. And first of all, congratulations on the 5 affiliates. Keep on knocking them out. And when you look at the violent opposition, this is one of those things you can expect. It's cool. That's when you expect it, because I was always taught, don't worry about when the knife's coming. Just know the knife is coming. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about somebody stabbing you in the back or whatever. It's coming. Just you got to decide who you're gonna be when it comes. You got to decide when violent opposition shows up, what type of person you're going to be. Are you going to cower, and crumble, or are you going to tower and just run right through it? Because if you got big enough goals, it don't matter what you go through. Like I said, that's the thing. Your goals should drive you through everything, period. If you need more goals, like I said, if your goals can stop, if you stop or slow down or revert and go backwards, you either don't have goals, they're not big enough, or you're not focusing on them. Because these affirmations, again, we talk about the prayer affirmations I say every day. It keeps me fired up, keeps me grinding, keeps me pushing, keeps me fighting. And I have my days like everybody else, but I don't have bad days. I have bad moments. You're not gonna take a day from me. You're not gonna get a bad hour. It'll be a bad moment, and then and snap back to it. Say we got things to do, and let's get it. Right. But the other thing is this, guys, the more people you have, the less you go through. I'm just telling you, like if everybody in your group is going through some stuff, that means you don't have a big group. If you know what everybody in your group is going through, you don't have a big group. Right? Work on getting a bigger group. The bigger your group is, the less you go through, like your group will go through. Because when your group sees other people in your group that are doing well, that becomes the contagious thing, as opposed to everybody in your group doing bad or negative or not plugging in, because remember, your groups communicate. And so if they're communicating everything they got going on that's bad, it's going to be a pity party in your group. Yeah. And you're going to have cancer situation in your group. Right. And so, but when you got people in your group, like I see y'all and I have a big group. My group is bigger than all y'all's group because all of y'all are in it. And so, but this is, the actual people who I care about. I care about everybody in the group, but I care about feeding because y'all show up. I can't worry about everybody else who see the same text message that you don't and don't, jump on the call. Okay. My goal is to work with y'all to make sure one day they regret not getting on the call. That's my job, to create regret. My job is to create, a really and truly environment where you'll be ashamed to be in this environment without applying yourself. And I can't do that chasing nobody. I don't chase, right? I replace. I'm just telling you, if all you gotta do is renovate and elevate, when you bring in some new people and go out there and renovate the way your group looks, the way your group feels, the way your group moves, the way your group emotes, right? Like you'll start to see the older people in your group, the toxic people in your group, or the complaining people in your group, or the negative people in your group, or the people who don't believe in your group. You'll start to see them do the exact opposite. And they'll do it, and they'll self-correct a lot faster than most others, because when they actually see the company shift, they see you shift, they see your group shift, they see people in your group walking across the stage, getting checks or getting recognized, they see you getting interviewed or whatever. That's on all of y'all's docket one day. And when your team sees that, they won't know where it came from because they wasn't on these calls to see it. They didn't see the evolution. So it's okay, but make sure that you have enough people in your group to not know everything that's going on in your group. Like if Idris is going through something, I'm gonna know because we close. He plugged in. We talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? If Angel or Brenda or Julie or any of y'all, Dr. Arlene, Laura, I know what's going on because y'all key people. Y'all plugged in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I should know what's going on in your group, right? Because y'all are leaders. But as far as everybody else, guess what? Everybody that's in your group, Brenda, that's having a problem, they're in my group too. I have zero idea what it is that they're going through, right? Same thing, Angel. Same thing, Idris. You got somebody in your group that's going through something. Somebody that text you this morning said they couldn't make it to the call. I have no idea who that is, but that person does not determine how I move in my group, right? So the most important people in the group at this time are the ones who are actually growing the group. Remember that 80-20 rule, 20% of the people of your group have character. Those are the people who will not let you go into the trenches and conduct warfare by yourself. Right? They'll go out there and they're going to be with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's where you grow your wealth, because you grow your wealth through those assets. So I have time to worry about everybody else in the group. You either on or you're not. Because I'm always replacing. Always replacing. Always replacing. Always replacing. Moving people out of groups, and somebody gonna wake up one day and be like, hey, why you pull me out of group? I'm trying to figure out why it took you 2 weeks to figure out why you pulled out of the group. Right. Mm-hmm. And so you've been in for 2 months. You don't say nothing, don't do nothing. You don't help anybody. You don't post anything. You don't have an 8-point system that you drop in a group every once in a while. So why should you be in a group? You could be in the general population with everybody else. All right. And so we're gonna put you out there with everybody else in the incubator. Okay. I don't need you in this group distracting nobody. I sever the negative people and I leave them with the masses. Right. But get you a bigger group. That's why you have people who do onesies. Oh man, you got your friend, got your family member, got a cousin, got a brother, got an uncle, got somebody who did network marketing with you, and it's 4 or 5 of y'all, and you're the only one working. Remember, with the 2020 rather, you're gonna have what, 6 to 8 on both sides that's gonna quit, 6 to 8 that's gonna incubate and watch you, and 6 to 8 that's gonna build right now. So that's what you're looking for. But you won't be able to find it doing onesies and twosies and recruiting in batches. Just go out there and start recruiting and stay recruiting for those of you who want to build. That makes sense, guys? Like literally. So let's see here. But good.
Mr. Bean, can I add something really quick too?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have 8 people that bought tickets for the event already.
Boy, that's what I'm talking about right there. Ah, man, that's good stuff. 8 people in ball tickets already. That's through you and Julie as well?
Yes, everyone on the team.
That's
Well,
good.
I'm working on more. So, I mean, I only look at confirmations like do you do? So, a lot of people have told me they're coming, but 8
Mhm.
booked already. So,
Yeah. And that's what you track the confirmations, track the bookings.
yes, sir.
Stuff right there. Don't take a person for their word, take them for the confirmation. All right. People have remember, people who have good intentions, again, may one day end up in hell because that's the path is paved, the path to hell is paved on good intention. Right. And so again, make sure that hey, send me a screenshot. You know what I'm saying? Send me something, show me you got a ticket. All right. Great job. Keep on growing that number. Market share is going to be very, very important to that. And so that's going to be, matter of fact, we want to get it to the point to where you want to fly some people in, or you want to have people fly in on their own, and that
Yeah.
people who are kicking the tires and stuff like that. We're gonna get back to our red carpet days and days where we actually flew people in, or people come in with great expectations. That whole entire event, honestly, is going to be more catered to people who are not in the business, but it's going to serve the people who are in the business. Just so you know, it can be a real big recruiting deal, okay, for you. And the cool part about it is it's almost like a career day, because you have people who can come and look at,
Mhm.
in this situation, 3 different careers that they can be a part of, without having to recruit one person, though they got recruited.
Mhm.
You're gonna have a lot of people. When you look at a lot of these companies that acquire companies, some companies acquire franchises, some companies acquire franchises and mom and pop shops, and a myriad of different businesses based on the type of business. But they do recruit one-offs. They do purchase and acquire one-offs. So that one person who's not going to recruit anybody, that's fine. But that person might go out there and put 10, 15, 20, installs on the book in 1 month by themselves. That person can actually out recruit a group in certain situations on their own because they focus. I have a guy who came in and they finally got him situated. This guy, matter of fact, Dennis is his name. Dennis came in as a solo pro, and I'm gonna share with you why you can't stop recruiting, right? And why you can't stop posting, why you can't stop exposing your business. A young lady whose her name is Tanya. Tanya does a real estate company like what's the name of the one we always talking about?
EXP?
EXP. So she's in a real estate company like EXP. So that's all she wants to focus on and travel. And so, but Tanya sent me a Solar Pro as a referral. So we got our conversation when I was back in Vegas. He got started. Now, he's one of those people just like, hey, look, just make sure I get my grandfather in, and I'm gonna do my 2 deals, and I'm done, and I'm just gonna go run. And that's what he's been doing. So he brought on another Solar Pro. Now this Solar Pro he brought on, he came on in the midst of the big email and shakeup and stuff like that, and the big crossover changeover. So what made it bad for him was that he left 2 deals on the table just so he can make his transition to this company a lot smoother and faster. So he let the company, like the 2 transactions, the installs that he had planned, he left them on the table. Just said, don't worry about it, I'll get it back. And so first deal he came in and did was a 22 kilowatt deal, and he just got his grandfather situation satisfied. He got 6 new deals that he's interviewing, or he got 6 appointments for the day alone. And so 3 deals and 3 deals that's about to that's basically he's already did with people who are going to get signed up, but he's got 6 appointments today alone. So he out here hunting, right? And he's not recruiting. He's just out here hunting. This is a person who you know for a fact going to do 10, 15 deals a month at some point with no problem. Plus he's a mentor. So he's going to do more than that just for himself. But those are the individuals that's why you keep on recruiting. If I would just stop with my first 5, most of y'all wouldn't be here, right? We wouldn't have a need for a group. So go out there, because you don't know what a boom is going to come from. They say every dud knows a stud. I mean, I'm just telling you, everybody has access to somebody. Right? There's only 6 degrees of separation from you to the person who you really wanted in your business that you didn't know who that person was going to be. So like you hear Mr. Navarro always said, if you build it, they'll come. We've all been saying it for years. That's just his mantra. That's a part of his affirmation every day as a business owner. If you build it, they'll come. So keep building it and people are gonna show up. All right. Dr. Arlene.
Thank you for letting me go again, sir. I want to really talk about, I really, really, really want to talk about edification and following the system. So about 3-4 boot camps back, Brenda spoke about social media and how she went and she used other people's posts, posted it on her page, and got success with it. So I've been watching Brenda's post, Hans's post, anyone within the build system. I've friended them on Facebook and I've been watching their posts, and then I'll copy them. So I copied one from Hans, which spoke about, I think that one spoke about solar and no, business tip. So he had a business tip for the day, and then at the end, he just did a hashtag solar network. So the business tip had nothing to do with solar, but it had hashtag solar network. So I copied that, I put it on my page, and I did hashtag solar network, hashtag build network. That same day, a solar pro that I had been trying to connect with previously reached out to me, came out to the Tuesday event, fell off a follow-up for a little bit, but recently reached back out and said, hey, I need to follow up with you. My bottom line is I want to see what your red line is. And he's been a solar pro for 8 years now. Mm-hmm. That's the importance of being in these events, being in the environment, listening. And even if it's one tip that you take away and you actually apply, that little effort actually is paying off. The same thing with when Mr. Bean put out a post regarding edification of build and edification of the leadership. So I went on I saw what he had done. I copied some of it, but I put that personal touch in there. What is my story? What is my testimony about mentorship? Not only mentorship for myself, but mentorship for my team and my young adults. I posted that. I've had so many people reach out to say, thank you, appreciate this. Great to see that your young adults are doing well. And what it's doing is it's showing a positive light to mentorship of the build leadership. It's showing people that it's not only about business and the bottom line and the dollar, but it's also about the mentorship. It's also about the relationships. It's also about all of those things combined, which builds credibility. So I'm excited about continuing to grow, to build, and I'm excited about the leadership. So Mr. Bean, Mrs. Bean, I promised Mr. Bean, Mrs. Bean, I would tell you this. She is the sunshine of the group, right? Let me just get that clear right now, right? But thank you so much for your leadership and for being patient with us as we grow and giving us an environment to learn, to grow, and to become better.
No, that's all good. I appreciate you. Yeah, the reposting thing is very, very important. So for me, I'm a big tagger and poster. So if I got something positive, and powerful, that I'm reading, I'm gonna probably repost it, or I'm gonna copy it, cut and paste it, depending on the source, or I'm going to tag people in it. Yeah, and so like for years I've gotten that third-party credibility and used third-party credibility to build everything that I was doing. And I never really leaned on myself until I had to in specific situations. I always want to take this, because remember, there are a lot of people out there that you love, that you want to help, but you can't help because you're too close to them. Right? You can't impact them because you're too close to them. You can't. There's nothing that you can really do. You can't move them because they feel like they know you. They already have you in a specific box, and there's nothing that you could do about it except for have other people put you in another box right in front of them. Right. So when I'm on social media and y'all on social media commenting and following up and like commenting on everything that I do, it teaches other people how to treat me and how to look at me. So that edification puts me in a totally different box than the box that they put me in. Okay. And so that's the thing with you, when everybody is on here, tagging each other and commenting on each other's posts and stuff like that, and reposting or whatever, giving credits. It really, again, helps everybody, with third party credibility. So that's big. But the other thing was just the edification. I want people to see, man, I'm in the right place at the right time. These are the people who I'm doing business with. And so you already know you can do business with me, but these are people who you could do business with as well. And this is why. And so I even talked about the industry and these other owners out there that are out there stealing money and robbing people. And so at the end of the day, you want a really good place where you can build something special. You ain't got to look over your shoulder and worry about if you're going to be able to get your money now, 12 months from now, 24 months from now, or, if they're trying to terminate you to keep your money and stuff like that. That's that network marketing stuff. Hey, so we have business stuff over here. We have true entrepreneurship over here. So, but that's good stuff. I appreciate it. All right, Sarah. Let's see. There you go, Mama. Get her. What's going on?
Nothing much. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'll keep it brief.
All right.
But one thing that I learned this week was a neighborhood that I went to. There are about 15 houses, and all the neighbors were like really close and knit together. And what really stood out to me was the fact that as I was walking around, I noticed people were looking at me as if they were already familiarized with me. I'm like, that's weird. So then I started talking to a lady, and I was just talking to her about solar. And then she started laughing when she looked at her phone. And I was like, what happened? She was like, oh, nothing. It's just they're already talking about you in the group chat. I was like, group chat? And it turned out that the entire neighborhood had a group chat. And I wasn't able to get her to post about solar in the group chat, but it really made me think. I'm out here going door to door, but if I get one neighbor who's associated with all the neighbors, how much more solar would that be in a smaller time frame? And that just really made me think about prioritizing your time by familiarizing yourself with one homeowner who can bring you more homeowners in their neighborhood. And I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm. No, that is cool. And I'm in our neighborhood group chat as well. And so matter of fact, the neighborhood's big. So we have, I think it's 2 in this one, but it's like they post everything, good, bad, you know what I'm saying? Literally when the dog get away, we post it. Right. And so if you see my dog, man, hey, bring him home, that type of situation. And so hey, if you got, a roofer, my roof is still leaning on the side of the house, or my gate is still in somebody else's backyard, whatever it is, send it, give anybody got any referrals, right? Or don't go to this burger joint, because whatever it is, they talk, right? And we refer. There's referrals go on in that group as well. But also warnings going in the group as well. So you can have them talking good about you, have them talking bad about you. But like you said, if you go out there and befriend somebody, you make somebody flat out fall in love with you because you connected with them, and you get them in like literally connect to a point where you get them to want to help you, right? And get them to commit to doing something like that. That does help out. That really does help out. It's the next best thing to a HOA person that's on your side. All right. Somebody who's in that group who gives you a shout out and puts your information out there. So that's good. Again, because they all have their clicks. So that's good stuff. And I appreciate you logging in under the weather.
I do have one more thing to say.
You ain't as sick as we thought you was. Come on. No, I'm messing with you.
Yeah, I went out with my brother that day. And then one of the things they said about him, because he went to 2 houses with long driveways, they said he was a stealth ninja and practicing his stealth skills.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, that's all right. That's what I'm talking about. The stealth ninja. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. How is he doing? Is he enjoying himself? He embracing it?
Yeah, he's actually really excited. He's getting a website together, and he's getting the Indeed stuff together. And I'll be relaxing in the house, and then he'd be like, Sarah, why are you watching TV? We need to do something about the solar business. I need to have 15 commercial sales by the end of this year. Why are you watching TV?
See, now you see how you sound to your mama back in the day. You know when you see the roles are reversed now. It's your brother doing you like you did mom's. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got your accountability partner now. That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And I did see Arlene. I did see the post that you did with them on it. I was like, that's cute. I like that. That's what I'm saying. That's powerful right there. Family business for real. All right. Let's see here. All right. Oh, Carla, I see you got your hand up.
Yes, I just also wanted to say that I called someone on my chicken list this week,
Okay.
and although they rejected because this is my elder brother, and you know how it is with family.
Uh-huh.
However, he did say that he would help me promote in terms of sharing with other people that he knows. So although he says it's not for him, he doesn't want it, he's afraid about holes in his roof and all of the things like that. He said that he would, share it with other people that would be interested. So
That's
that
good.
was
Good
huge for
start.
me.
Yeah, no, it really is. Because think about it. You actually have something, guys, that a lot of you didn't have back in the day. Something that you can refer to other people. Like, I mean, people can refer to other people. Like most people's, makeup or juices, berries, health drinks and all this other stuff that you have, even with coffee. There are a lot of people that want to refer nothing to anybody. But this is something that they can actually refer to people. And again, if you got that connection with them, they will. And also, if they didn't do business with you, again, people would gladly throw other people up under the bus. So always ask for referrals. So if a person says no, make them feel bad about it. Okay, well, since you can't do it, and since you don't want to do it, at least 5 people that have a house that have a roof on it that you can refer me to. And just don't say nothing else. Just wait. The first person that talks loses 100% of the time, right? And so ask for referrals. That's third party credibility. It's a whole lot easier calling somebody that was referred to you, that you were referred by somebody. So that's not a cold call. That's about as warm as a call can get. Okay. So if I'm calling somebody, hey, Sam, hey Carla, Sam, we got a mutual friend. Carla gave me a number and she told me that you were tired of. Patricia gave me a number and she told me that you were tired of paying big bills. Or Patricia gave me a number. She says you're a pretty economical person. Or Patricia gave you a number and said you're a pretty influential person. And she said that you were pretty, environment conscious. Or she gave me your number and whatever it was, and she thought that you would be interested in solar. And so she said, oh, okay, Patricia gave you my number. Okay, cool. And so she'll hear you out, you'll hear me out based on the fact that Patricia gave me your number. Right. And Kyrie, who's on Facebook, he's one of the best at getting his referrals are ridiculous. He gets about 15, 20, 30 referrals per person. And he expects 15, 20, 30 referrals per person. Every time he calls somebody asks for referrals, he expects that. And that's one of the things that I would suggest everybody do today. If a person has a roof, have a conversation with them about their roof first. And then, just get to it, and just ask them, have you ever thought about going solar? Okay. And strike up a conversation. Find out what it is about them and their roof, why they don't have solar on it yet. What's holding them back? One. Two, once you get through that situation with them, and regardless of whether you get an appointment or not, regardless of whether you get a bill or not, ask for referrals. Okay, 100% of the time. Ask for what I know it's not gonna kill you, but boy, 15, 20 names, 5, 10 names can sure help you. Now, if you do that over your whole entire list of people, you can set yourself up pretty nicely. That can be your Indeed. That can be your Craigslist. Kyrie has not run out of names to call yet based on his referrals, averaging about 20 to 25 referrals per person. Okay. So again, don't be scared to ask for business. And most of us do lead stuff because you got people who are doing Indeed and leads and stuff like that who hadn't called everything in their resources. Right. And so again, you're running from the people who you know when you should be running towards them. Right. Make everybody tell you yes, make everybody tell you no. But make them tell you quick because you got to go. You got to call a whole bunch of people. Because everybody calling your people. You'll find that the more and more you don't call somebody, the more and more you'll allow somebody else to. And then you're gonna be like, I wish I would have instead of I'm glad I did. Okay. But that's good stuff. Appreciate that. All right. Who wants to role play? Let's see.
I can role play my door knocking.
All right, good. You can role play and say, cool, he just raised his hand.
Okay. Okay, so cool. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. All right. Knock knock.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing today, sir? Beautiful home that you have here. Just real quick, we're in the area pre-qual because you got homeowners in this area have been pre-qualified to participate in our energy buyback savings program. Have you recently been seeing and noticing your JEA bills increasing as of late?
I did see in a recent notice that it was going to increase in June. What's that about?
Yeah, so those are some of the changes that are being made, partially because of the rates that have been increased by utility companies, also due to inflation. But the program that we have today helps you eliminate some of those costs, and you also can qualify for the program with zero cost down to you. So let me ask you this: do you currently get your utility bill in by the mail or electronically?
Well, I have access to both paper and electronic copies of my bill. But why do you need my bill?
Okay, yeah. So if you just be able to grab that for me, I just need that to do a simple comparison. All I'll do is just be able to look at your monthly usage and wattage for the year, and we'll take that and we'll be able to set you up with what we call a solar savings report, and that will be able to give you a more detailed explanation about what areas that you're qualified to save in. So if you just go ahead and grab that bill for me, and then we can go ahead and take a look at it together. I just like to be more hands-on and then just explain it with a hands-on approach. So if you just grab that for me, we can just move right along.
It'll take me a minute to dig it up, so give me one moment. Okay, I found
Okay,
it.
and
It's on my phone.
okay, okay, great. So all I need to do is just look over that with you. And as you can see here, during these summer months that your rates have increased. So all my job is to do is to collect a copy of your bill today. And then I'll have set an appointment for one of my mentors to come out and he'll be able to further explain your savings with you. So that's pretty much all I do today. There's nothing for me to sell or anything with you today. So yeah, Mr. Seiko, I thank you for you grabbing a copy of that bill. And by the way, let me ask you, how long have you actually been in this neighborhood?
Oh, wow. I've been in this neighborhood for about 20 years.
20 years. Okay, awesome. So it must be a great place to live. So I'm figuring that you would be very familiar with some of your other neighbors. So what I like to do is just also add your information down as a referral because most people that see the benefit of the program, they're willing to, share that with their neighbors, and it's also an extra, monetary benefit for you. So I would just like to go ahead and do that, and then, like I said, we'll go ahead and get the appointment set for you. I like to set that within the next 48 hours. So tell me, what day works better for you? Tomorrow in the morning or in the evening for the mentor to reach back out to you?
Well, for me, I usually don't have much availability during the day, so the evenings would have to work for me.
Okay, great, perfect. Well, I'll get you down for in the evening, and I'll reach back out to you just as a follow-up confirmation. And I look forward to being able to get that report out to you, and so we can go ahead and see what type of savings that you already pre-qualified for. So,
You
and
did. Let me
also,
ask a question before you go. Now, you mentioned the mentor will be presenting this to me. How long is that presentation going to be?
It takes about 30 to 45 minutes. It's really a short presentation. It kind of just depends on the questions and that you may have. And but he just know before that it's done and finished that you will get all of your questions answered. So that's the thing that I tell my homeowners to focus on. That just come up, just focus on getting some questions together, and yeah, we'll be able to take it from there.
And also, one last question before you go. Is he coming back to my house, or are you coming back to my house, or how's this presentation going to
Well,
be done?
well, you can. We also can do it over Zoom if that's more convenient for you. So if that works for you, do you currently have Zoom downloaded on your phone? Or are you
Yeah, I
familiar
have
with the
Zoom on
Zoom?
my phone, yes.
Okay, well, yeah, we can set it up for a Zoom call. Is that more convenient for you?
Yeah, Zoom would be more convenient for me, yes.
Okay, so I'll let him know that you prefer a Zoom presentation for your solar service report. And yeah, is there anything else that would prevent you from making it on that Zoom call tomorrow when I get it all set up for you?
I don't know. I have to talk to my wife to make sure she's available.
Okay, yes, we do ask that both parties are available. So if you can make sure that she is on the call, it just does us a better service because the mentor doesn't have to go back and re-explain things. We all get the information all at once. So it's just you don't have to go back and try to do any explaining to her, and then all the information is clearly explained and understood. So yeah, if there's not anything else that would prevent you from being on the Zoom call, then we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you, Kendrick.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sekou. Have a great day.
Thank you guys for going first and rocking it out. That was great, man. I'll tell you. Matter of fact, Kendrick, I was just looking at your flow, bro. It's you got some stuff going on there, man. Like you really and truly have everything going. Gotcha. Okay, Brenda, gotcha. But yeah, it's like, man, from start to finish, from door knocking all the way to the time you left. And so now, and Sarah, you can tell me, man, just let me know what you think about it as well. You're gonna be my resident expert as my door knocker, but when you take a look at the bill, and I like that you had them go get the bill first and foremost. That's important. So and then when you actually got the bill, you see, hey, look, yeah, I see you have been paying more money in the summer. Your rates have increased, or your bills have gotten bigger, and I need to take a picture of it, and you got a picture of it, which is very, very important. And then you talked about how long you've been in the neighborhood, and you talked about the referral aspect of it. And so I don't know, and like I said, from door knocking perspective, I don't know is that if that would be a trigger for me, if somebody went, because for me, I'm just different. Saying you finna use my name to somebody and I haven't even did the service with you, I probably wouldn't allow that. So I don't know how it's being taught and how it's been trained, but for me, as a consumer, I don't want you saying my name to none of my neighbors. So, what I'm saying? So, like Sarah was talking about that click earlier, your neighbors, a lot of your neighbors actually have the other neighbors' phone numbers. So, keep that in mind. That's just a social media situation. But make sure when you do that, make sure you got them. If you're gonna do that, which is not, like I said, not saying it's wrong. Just make sure you have built a really good rapport, a strong, strong rapport, a strong, strong connection, and one that will even put them in a position where, as a stranger, they still want you to win. As a stranger, they still believe in you, your professionalism and everything else. That they wouldn't mind you having a conversation with them. I mean, on their behalf rather, or using their name as a plug. So, but I like how you flowed through it. You didn't ask though, and you just kept going, and you kind of let them know what was going to happen, and you kept it moving. You didn't give them a chance to even say, "Hey, don't use my name." So, even in that perspective, if you're gonna do it, do it. And so it says, how long will the presentation last? I would say I would stay away from the 45 minutes. That's a long time. For a normal person, that's an hour. They're looking at that as an hour. I'm literally saying about 20 to 30 minutes, just depending on, like you said, the type of questions that you want to ask. Matter of fact, in the first 5 minutes, if you don't see the value, then just get off. But I'm quite sure, when you get on here with Idris, he's going to be able to show you everything from the financing to where your panels on your house is going to be, to whatever, and all the good stuff, and how to save power, how to make sure you don't have any more blackouts. He's going to be able to show you all that in 20 to 25 minutes. He's that good. But again, if you don't see the value when you get on, just get off. And so give them, like I said, give them a time frame, but also just let them know give them an out, and that's important. So when they say, hey, look, okay, that's cool. If I don't see the value in 5, 10 minutes, I'm out of there. And hey, agreed. I'm okay with that. Because this is your presentation. So, but I know, dealing with Idris, he's gonna put you in a point to where you'll be on at a full 20, 25 minutes. And I continue to reiterate that because and this what happens is it'll be so much value in 15 to 20 minutes that they'll stay 25 to 30. And then next thing you know, it go in certain cases that I've actually been in, it goes from them doing a presentation to now it's a dual conversation where they're now asking all the questions and they're trying to get clarification, this and another, and now they're keeping you on the line. And that's the thing. You got to get them there, and then so he just can do his job. And so some of the closers can do their job, but get them in the right frame of mind. And so Zooms also, just make sure guys, when they do Zooms, we'll send you the Zoom link. Make sure you're in front of a computer because you don't want them on their phone. They can't see anything. You know what I'm saying? So again, if it was just a simple conversation, that's fine, but not for a $3,500 commission. I don't want anybody looking at their phone for a $3,500 commission. I don't want my commission, to go away because they can't see, what this thing really looks like. I want them to be on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be, matter of fact, if you can project it to your TV, put it on your TV. Okay. So, hey, I want them to see that thing big, man. Computers, all laptops, all iPads or whatever, tablets, whatever, put it on something big. Okay. And that's important. Let's see here. And also, you probably should have got to the wife part earlier because one, I'm probably coming with, like I said, well, you got him, you got him working him, but in this situation, he's already on your side. But in that situation, he's not going to be. So first of all, he doesn't even pay the bills. You married, right? Yeah. So you don't pay the bills like me, right? Yeah. No, I don't pay the bills. All right, cool. So so this is the thing. You can get the bill for me. That's you can't have him get the bill, but this is the thing. When is the boss going to be available? When your CFO going to be available? Something. Joke about it, laugh about it. We all got that thing in common. We don't pay our bills. Yeah, we don't know how much the bill is. So you can get the bill from him, but he's the wrong person. I'd rather have her, not him. If I'm not gonna have both of them, I want her schedule because she's gonna make him pay anyway. So at the end of the day, because she knows what's going on. She knows what's going on. She knows what's going in. All right. And so, but get both of them, get to that conversation early on, as early as possible. All right. And I appreciate you going first, man. That was a great job, by the way. Everybody shoot them 4-5s, shoot them 4-5s. All right. All right. Kid, I say, cool. What you got?
I was going to do the same thing. I was going to try out a script of my own for door knocking.
All right. Go with Idris, if you don't mind. I want you to go with a pro.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
Idris, I'm going to knock on your door. Knock, knock.
Hello? Who's there? Hello? Hey, who's this?
Idris, good
How are you?
afternoon. My name is Sekou Brown. I am working with a company called Encore Solar, and I have been talking with, the reason for my knocking on your door today is I've been talking with your neighbors and asking, has anyone offered to you to conduct an energy audit of your home and to look for a very simple way to save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year, and if possible, to add thousands of dollars of equity into your home?
Energy audit? Tell me more about that. What exactly do you mean?
Well, for an energy audit, if a window company came to you, they would want to wrap up your house, put fans on it, and then check for airflow loss. And then they would tell you would need to get your windows replaced. Or say you had someone come in for installation and they would be taking in a gun and shooting your walls to see what your heat loss was. You
Okay.
know what, for a solar company, an energy audit would be?
What's that?
I just need a copy of your electric bill, a full
Mm,
copy of your electric bill.
okay.
And then I can then I can provide it to our energy consultant, and then they can work up a solar savings program for you, and that we can present at a time that's convenient for you in the next day to 2 days.
Got it. Well, I appreciate you knocking on the door. Seem pretty respectful, but being that I just met you, I don't know if I can give you my energy bill. That seems a little intrusive.
I understand. I totally accept it. You don't know me from Adam, and I can understand you having concerns. Identity theft is real. But let me ask you a question. When you go to your get your bill, do you do it online or do you get it in paper?
I usually do it online. They send me it online
So
through email.
so when you do it online, when you log into your account, do they only ask you for your password or do they authenticate the fact that you are who you are?
I believe they just asked me for the password to log in. I believe so.
So they only ask you for the password. They don't send you another code to confirm that is you that's looking at your bill.
For them to get my money, nah, they don't make it that hard.
Okay. Do they, when you go back and say, I want to change my service with them, do they ask you for authentication?
They might. I'm not sure. They might.
So typically, so typically there's some point in which you do two-party authentication. And
Okay.
so uh, the quickest answer I can give you is that um, the way that you can confirm that I'm not trying to adjust your rates if I have a copy of your bill is to confirm that the electric company is going to give you two-party authentication to do any changes to your bill. Because that's the
Got
only access that I'm having to.
got
That
it.
would be the only thing that that bill would allow me to do. And by providing this bill to our energy consultant, all he's going to do is plug it in and to prepare a solar savings report that you can compare both what you're doing now with your electric company and what you could possibly do with solar in terms of savings.
Got it. Now the only reason hopefully I'm not giving you too much of a hard time, but the only reason I'm saying that is because the last energy guy that I gave my electricity bill to, I gave it to him, and then on my next bill, I seen a double charge, and it was not from a solar company. It was from a like a third party supplier. So I'm very leery about those things now. Like I said, you seem like a nice gentleman, and that's great, but you know, I've already been had at once.
I totally understand and see your point that someone would actually do that add-on, similar to what they used to do back in the 80s with scamming folks by adding on to their phone bill and putting hidden charges on their phone bill. Um, so to how can I best confirm that it won't happen to you? We can sit here and we will upload it together on my phone and set the appointment together, and therefore I'm not having any more access to your uh, electrical bill than I need, and then we can set the appointment with the mentor with the energy consultant for you to have it presented to you at the same time.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Is it possible to have a consultation without me giving you my bill at this moment? Is that possible?
It really is hard to have a consultation without knowing what your energy consumption, what the energy consultant wants to look at is the graph on your bill, which is usually a 12-month usage for you, so that they can come up with a number for your total annual electrical consumption. So it's hard to do that without a bill. I mean, I've known other solar pros that can estimate, but I'd rather give you a genuine value, not an estimated value.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense. Well, here's my bill. Take a picture of the graph part only, and hopefully you can use that. and I'm open, but yeah, just take a picture of the graph part only.
Okay.
Send it.
All right. Thank you. I've got the graph part only. Um, out of curiosity, which is it all right to do this presentation by Zoom, or would you prefer it in person?
Pretty busy, but yeah, I can definitely do it on Zoom. Yeah, I can definitely jump on while I'm, in the supermarket or so. So yeah, I know Zoom allows
So
things to be mobile.
so here's my deal. I would like to do a 20 to 30-minute Zoom call with you with the energy consultant, but it's
Hmm.
probably best that you not be distracted by grocery shopping and everything, because the presentation will have an actual video feed showing you details in a slides. So you may want to
Gotcha.
you may have access to your computer or a tablet so you can view it in a larger format so that you're not looking at it squinting on your screen trying to pick out numbers. For me,
Oh,
reading numbers on a phone is not anywhere where I want to be. I would rather look at it on the screen.
got it.
So
Okay.
is there
So
is
I
there
put it on my
is there a
tab.
time? I'm sorry.
I put it on my tablet when I'm driving home from the supermarket.
Okay. Is there a time that is better for you in the morning or the evening for this appointment?
Let's say evenings, maybe 8 p.m. or so.
All right, so today is Saturday. So Monday at 7 p.m. would be good for you?
Let's do Tuesday at 8.
Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Okay, so Tuesday at 8 o'clock, we will do a 20 to 30-minute Zoom presentation of a solar proposal for you. Is there any,
Okay.
is anyone else that needs to be on this call with you besides yourself?
Not just me. I'm the main decision maker of the house.
All right, just want to make sure that we don't omit any other decision makers. It's very critical that all the decision makers are on this call, that we don't um, have to repeat this, because the Solar Pro would like to answer all of your questions at the same time and not have you had to duplicate it later.
Awesome, no problem. Let me ask you one last question. From this transaction, what's your cut out of it?
What's my cut out of this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, uh, that's an interesting question. I've not had that from many homeowners. Are you a Solar Pro by chance?
No, I'm just curious what you getting out of it. You're doing a good job, so I'm just curious, how much they're paying you. I might have an opportunity for you myself.
Well, that's very interesting. Well, I tell you what, let's start with just doing your Solar Pro presentation, and I'll be happy to, at the end of that, talk to you about what the opportunity that I'm pursuing in solar and how that might benefit you.
Okay, that's fair. No problem.
All right.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you just for your time. Bye now.
All right.
Yeah, that's why you have the pro on there. He gonna throw them curveballs. But okay, so and then what I do is just a couple real quick bullet points real quick here. Then I have Idris go back in and talk about what he experienced at firsthand. But one definitely out the rip, no big claim. Yeah, y'all got to work on your big claims and how much money y'all saving people on their bills and get to it. That's got to be one of the first things that come out your mouth, because that's one of the one things that you can lean on to help that might buy you a little bit more time of keeping the doors wide open. Also, like I said, I know you're working on your script, but you definitely want to make sure your scripts are not wordy. You want to make sure you talk in simplest terms and not over people's heads. Use terminology that they do know and understand. It's very, very important. Just know that you're probably, regardless of how big the house is, you're still talking to the least sophisticated consumer. So that's how you want to look at it. Other thing is just I like the energy audit situation, but and also when it comes to how you ask for the bill, it's only intrusive when you haven't built up the credibility and because he'll give it to a friend, right? And so people do business with people who they like, they're showing the trust that they know, and so put yourself in one of those positions through quick conversation. Get to the point of where he gladly gets you his bill as opposed to questioning your motives. All right. And so that's important. So work on the connections. Now, let's see here, get to that point. Oh, and when it comes to him, when he asked you about the bill, and gave you some pushback on it, you want to get to, you want to be able to get around that real quick. You want to find a way to get around it and to get to it in a shorter period of time, as opposed to asking him about the other questions, because those type of questions would probably frustrate me, honestly. Because at that point in time, I know for a fact I'm being sold. You about to drive a point home, and just tell me what you need me to know. Hey man, look, trust me, I don't want anything to do with your bill. I knock on everybody's door. I'm in these streets, and people see me. I'm on everybody's cameras. I'm not trying to cheat anybody out of anything. I just want to give you exactly what I said I was going to do, a 25 to 50% discount on your rates. That's what I'm trying to do. So don't worry about trying to draw parallels and stuff like that, because you like, hey, let me ask you a question. And then I would go away from that part. I would hurry up and get away from that part. If he hits you with the bill situation, just let him know, look, this is, I get it, but that's not who we are. That's not you. The camera right there, you can see me who I am. I'm not here to beat you. I plan on working this whole entire neighborhood, right? And so I'm not gonna be hard to find. All right. And so get to that point right away. And that way you're not sounding salesy, it's authentic. You really are, just getting to the point. Boom. And you came up with a solution for the bill. Okay. When it's okay, well, let's go ahead and just upload it right here, right now. And I'll do it right in front of you. At least you came up with a solution. That's the most important thing. Be proactive, right? And then allow them to tell you something different. Allow them to move it around or whatever. But at least you come up with a solution. And then decision makers. Also, when you came back with him on the decision maker, that's cool. So yeah, because I just want to make sure we're very, very efficient and we don't have to have this conversation twice. But let me ask you a question: who pays the bills? You or your wife? I know you're the decision maker, but who pays the bills? My wife. Okay, well, in this situation, because she actually knows how much, because right now, if I had to put my money on somebody who knew exactly what y'all pay per month in the bill, it wouldn't be you. I'll be honest with you, and make a joke out of it some kind of way. But it would be great to have her on, because again, she knows what it looks like month in, month out. But if you don't want on there, that's fine, and you can make a decision on your own. I get it, but it'd be great to have her on there, because she can recognize changes in bills and things, that you probably wouldn't be able to, to recognize something to that situation, or make a joke about it, to get to the point to where that she's actually the one paying the bill, so you can at least fight for her to be there. And then that was Idris. How much you make? That was good. That was good. They threw him for a loop, and you're gonna get that question. You might get that question for sure, for real, because I asked that question. How much do you make doing what you do? You happy with it? And that type of thing. So yeah, I mean, I do pretty good. Yeah, I do pretty good. I'm blessed. I'm not giving you no figures, but I'm blessed. That's why I'm out here knocking on doors, something I've never done before. And so if anything, you better watch it, because I might recruit you. Watch what you ask. So, but what did you see that you could help him out with while you was going through the process?
No, absolutely. So I thought it was overall good, from the standpoint of, obviously you do have a script, so that's good to see. But I would recommend kind of like just familiarizing yourself with the script as much as possible, because it's somewhat to a turn off to whether you're in uh, door to door or over the phone. When people know that you're reading a script, kind of immediately turns them off. Right. So from my perspective, whenever teaching people like a new script of any sort, it's basically like a sandwich. There's the top layer of the bread, the meat, and then the bottom. Right. The first part is obviously the intro, who you are, stating who you are, and so on and so forth. The meat is more of like the big claim, why you're actually there and what you're offering. And then the bottom piece is kind of like the close of the appointment, getting the bill and actually closing that appointment. Right. In addition to that, when it comes to talking a little, I don't know if you caught this, but I was saying that, I would do the presentation on my tablet on my ride home. So, once again, if you don't have someone in front of the computer, they're not going to pay any attention to you. right? And I say this from doing consultations before over the phone. And I would have people driving, I would have people in the supermarket, and I always have to reschedule, so it's a waste of time. When I always book an appointment, I say I need you on Zoom in front of your computer with no distractions, right? And that eliminates all the other silliness that could take place. Because once again, I had a consultation right before this meeting today, and I literally it took like I would say about a week to book him because he kept telling me he's on the go, he's on the go. And I had to really break it down to him and explain to him, listen, if you're not going to allow me about half an hour to an hour to go over how you could save over $100,000 over the next 25 years, then probably this is not the best situation for you. And then he got it, right? So he carved out some time at his schedule and he actually allowed me to sit with him and we went over everything this morning. And then the last thing I would say is when you talk about like, the payment, if someone asks you how much you get paid, so it's not something that you should shy around, but I don't know, Mr. Bean, you could kind of talk to me. You could input on this as well, but I never really like to tell people that, the cut, definitely no figures, but I don't really like to talk about like, percentages or anything like that. I just say, the company pays me really well. It's a salary type of position. So now they don't think that you're actually speaking to them from a standpoint of commission breath, right? Because once they know you're cut, now they know that you're gonna call them and follow up with them, and now they're in the driver's seat instead of you being in the driver's seat. So when you eliminate that, objection, then you're good to go.
Yeah, I like that. Because I'm the salary thing is what I would do because I was one of the things I actually would do. I said, it don't matter how many doors they're gonna pay me per time, not per door. So again, that's just salary. That's all it is. So I just got to do my job, and make sure I set the appointment. And so I
Yep.
would definitely I would stay away from amounts and stuff like that. Then you have people asking for kickbacks, you got all kind of other stuff, or because you're making money, they don't want to do business with you. Like what, I'm good. But people they would cut off their nose and spite their face, so they say they would drink the poison, thinking you're gonna die from it. So again, just put yourself in a position where you skirt that issue. But that's good stuff there. Impose your will on them. That's like and then take it away. Again, every when you knock on that door, if you don't have a backbone, they're gonna shake you up pretty good. They're gonna get you off that stoop. So just know you're in control. You have the value. Again, you have something that they need. Period. And take it away. Like I said, if saving $100,000 over the next 25 years is not something on your electricity, and then getting rid of your bill is not something that you're looking forward to, then we probably won't be having this conversation. We probably shouldn't have to have this we probably shouldn't have this conversation, or we probably do something different. Take it away, show value for your time, have some posture. Okay. And so that's very, very important. But that's good stuff. Impose your will on them, guys. Just it's all about posture. It's all about posture. And so
Thank you.
that's good stuff. Yes, sir. So we save the best. Again, when you look at this training, guys, it's always good for us to come in here and reflect, come in here and bounce things off each other, and work on getting more and more role plays done as well in the process. But I think that you guys, again, just working out the kinks, like you said, get very, very familiar with all of your scripts, guys, especially the ones that you're going to feel the most comfortable with. You want to make sure that, when you get to a point to where you don't have to memorize it word for word, but all the crucial points, you want to know those points and then put your personality on it. That way you can feel comfortable, and you mix them up because they don't know if you're reading the script or not at that point in time. But get real good at saying it. Get real good at getting those repetitions in, and call some people that's on your team, and role play with each other. Go over scripts with each other. Get the repetitions in, and how they say, get the peanut butter out your mouth, right? And so, because I hate being scripted. That's like one of the worst. Honestly, it's like I Kim said, it's rude I'm like, it's not rude. I don't know them. Say I hang up. Like they get the script in me, I hang up. I'm just, hi, this is click. She gets no airtime. I'm out of there. If you don't know me when you call me, text me. Anything you gotta ask me, fax me. You're not gonna talk to me because we're not gonna have this conversation, not the scripted conversation. And so I'm right there with Idris. you hit me with a script, I'm out of there. I'm already checked out on you. Okay. And so, but anybody have any parting shots real quick before we get out of here? But we'll wrap this up and get on to Solar Saturday, where in the field where the money is really being made.
I had one thing to say based on the role play with Saiku and Idris.
Uh-huh.
When it came to the bill, I did this when I was a first starter as well. But I would say, oh, I need your bill, I want your bill, and things like that. But I realized the electricity bill to some people can be like a sensitive topic. So when you get their electricity bill, you want to like change your verbiage a little bit. You'll say, oh, I'll snap a quick picture of your bill for you. I'll get your bill for you, and things like that. So don't say I need your bill because it changes like the energy in that conversation, but make it seem like getting their bill is a service to them because it is. So don't ever be like, I need your bill, I want your bill, or I'll take a picture of your bill, because you don't want to seem like you're taking something from them, because it is a service and you want them to know it's a service from the very jump.
Mm. That's them bars, as JC likes to say. Them bars. A mic drop. That's good stuff. Again, this is how you set up, the next thing. It's all about, like I said, the transition and setting things up. And I like that. I'm doing this for you. Because remember, you are solving them a problem. This goes hand in hand with your big claim. If it's 20, if it's saving you 25 to 50% on your bill per month. And when it comes time to it, we're great. I'm glad to hear that. So let's do this. Since you have the physical bill, why don't you grab that? I'll take a snapshot for you, and to make sure we get that 25 to 50% off. See if we qualify. See if we can get you qualified for that 25 to 50% off. And so you just tie that, like she said, the ownership, you're doing it for them, back to the big claim, which is helping them save money. And so appreciate you, Sarah. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate you, Idris, and for your expertise as well. And I appreciate everybody for y'all's contributions for this week, making this week great. And let's make sure that, again, we go out here and take our business to the next level, but also, again, just be on purpose. Going into California, definitely love to know how many people y'all have already committed. So shoot me a text message, let me know how many people you have that's already committed to going to the event. They've already bought a ticket, and they've already started booking things like flights and hotel rooms. So with that being said, let's see here. Definitely see you guys at the top, see you guys at the bank, see you guys at the beach, and see you guys on the scoreboard. All right. And see you guys on Monday night, Millionaire Mindset Call. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you, Idris. Appreciate it. Congratulations on that 4.